Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. We're playing Green Cities DLC. In the last one, we were building this out nicely, but now we've got a massive demand for industrial. And I don't want to make this a massive industrial city. I think we're going to extend this out and do a bit of ore digging over there and things like that. But I don't want to make it a massive industrial city. What I do want to do instead is get a bit of an office vibe going on. We want some high technology and things like that. But in order to do an office vibe, we of course need a nice area for an office area. But we also need a university. So what I want to do is let's see what we can do about straightening this up through here. And I'm a tad worried that we're it's not the end of the world, I think, but it is going to look a little bit iffy if we do that. So let me see about turning it a bit quicker. So if we do something like this, right? Yeah, that's... come on. Sorry about that. We do something like that. It's not perfect, but it's not, at least not up there. It's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. We'll see about how we extend that. On the other hand, if we extend this one, say something like that. So what I'm thinking is this area in between here will make a very good, like almost CBD type environment. Do we have a rail connection anywhere? All the way over there. So maybe once we get these tiles in, we can actually run a rail, and maybe we can run it through here somewhere. We need to kind of plan out for that though. If we do want to do that, if we do want to, and maybe what we should be doing is not necessarily extending this like that, but rather kind of bending it this way so that we expand the area that we actually have for this. So if we do, say, something like this, well, let's do 20 like that, and then we do something like that, right? And that's gonna run straight nicely over here. Not sure how we're going to deal with it, but I don't like that stepping that we're starting to see over there. Anyway, that's not the end of the world. Okay, now what we need to do is see how we're going to plan out this section over here. It's not the biggest, and to be honest, actually, what we could do is run a nice big road up here also. So maybe grab me one nice big road, we run it like that. Give me the straight tool, and we'll see about connecting that straight. I almost want to say we need to do something like that. Yeah, if we do something like that, and then we can extend this, that's okay. Is that looking weird? No, that's fine. Oh, you know what? It is a little bit kinked over here, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if we extend this one through here now. It's just it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It gives us a better spacing on this side. Okay, perfect. So this is going to be the next area that we're going to plan. And since I don't want to kind of just load the traffic, but what I do want is looking at public transport. Is what are we going to do with, say, a rail station? So if we do, what do we have? I don't necessarily want any of these. Yeah, so they're multi-platform stations, right? But that's massive. That is absolutely massive, this. It's really insane, the size of that. So from a CBD perspective, actually this should probably be in this kind of region over here. Ooh. Actually, you know what probably is a good spot for it? Somewhere over here, so we can run the rail along this side where we're not necessarily going to build. I'm thinking that's probably a good spot. Somewhere over here is probably a good spot for it, and in that case we don't necessarily want that to be running this way. Yeah, sorry, changing my mind on this. Instead of doing that, what I'll do is I want to run the station around this corner. The station around this corner is going to be perfect for us. So if we say do this, alright, and I grab that station and I pop it in there, alright, that is going to be great stuff. That is going to work out quite well. What I'll do is I'll bring this, I'm going to bring this one back, right? Even more. I'm going to take these out and I'm going to run this straight that way. I'm going to not go the 90-degree route. I'm going to kind of do it a little bit off center like that, and we will bend it like this, I think. Is that okay, or is that, should we bend it a bit more? I don't want to get this area to be too small though. We need a bit of size in there. But I'm guessing this is probably just going to be our first piece of. So if we bend it straight away, like say that, and we do this one, right? We're still ending up with a bit of that, and now we're ending up with an area that we can actually do something with that is a little bit interesting. So if we trim that back and we let's say let's do something like that. It's probably going to be good. So let's do a bit of a roundabout in here too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to size this roundabout a little bit smaller because that other one is very sizable. I'm going to stick to the 2-lane highway, and I'm going to kind of say, where do I want it? If that's the center, then maybe say something over this, like this. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like 7 or 6. Yeah, 6. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, and 6. So how's that, right? It's just a bit of a smaller roundabout than the other one. I think it'll work quite well for us as a tie-in point. So this one, I'm just going to go straight in there. That one, I'm going to need to bend a little. That's obviously not working, so let's do a little something like that. It's gonna warp the roundabout a tad. Let's extend that a little to there, and then we'll bend that one in like oof. I'm not liking the shape that we're getting, but it'll do the trick though. It'll most definitely do the trick. What I can do, I've got move it, right? So if I use move it, we will just sort that out. Oh, look at that. Move it is sorting it out nicely for us. Let's get this to look like a roundabout again. There we go. Yes, that is perfect. Okay, close, move it for me, thank you. Excellent. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that great? I'm loving it. Okay, let's reconnect our power cables over here, and then we'll do the rest of the okay, power cables connected. I'm going to make sure to switch this thing off for now. But that is kind of, so we can actually take a rail that runs through here somewhere. We can take a rail that runs through there somewhere. Probably we're going to run something along this section over here. We can take rails that runs all the way to these other areas. Yeah, I think that is going to be a very good spot for us. Now, university and the like. Okay. I am thinking actually that these roads can work. We can just do four-way intersections through here. Right, so if we do we just tie it together on that side? I don't think that's exactly what we need to do though. If we do, so let's say we do that, right, and we do a similar arrangement over here. We tie these two together. Is that being a bit of a pain over there? So what I think I do instead is I bring out a new road from, say, here somewhere. Yeah, let's do that. Let's connect that. Let's extend that a little bit like so. And what we do is we tie these together somehow. So that extension is probably not going to work well. So let's do. Yeah, let's do something like that. Okay, and I think what we do is we tie this one in on this side too. So let's do that, and then let's tie this one in there. I think that's an okay move for us. We can start looking at potentially doing a bit of a one-way arrangement. Actually, let's see about blocking this out a little bit better still. Because this is a CBD kind of environment, we want to make sure that we're fairly efficient with our road network. So doing that could be quite efficient for us. So let's do a little bit like this, and then tie that one back in there. If we do that, that's going to be good. We'll also do just a little something like that, say. Okay, now the only piece that we're missing over here is maybe just an extension of this over here. Something like that, say, to give us a little bit more fill on that side. We could connect them. I don't think it's necessary. Over here we could probably do something like this even. Don't necessarily like the idea of too many dead ends, so I don't want to do the dead end thing with go too crazy with the dead end thing. I'm going to take out these power cables through here, right, and I think what we can do now actually is just see where is our power connections. Maybe just kind of link that up there, right? There we go, power is connected. Okay, so if we do this one on this side here, all I'm gonna do is, yeah, that's fine. I think that's gonna be fine, and we can even do a kind of a one-way loop. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good setup over there, to be very honest with you. I think one of this area over here could be a very nice university setup. Ooh, that's a little bit on the sizable side. This one is a bit smaller. Anything else we can use over here? So this is a big one, right? It can go in where? So to be honest, some of the big blocks can work quite well for this big one. What shall we do? What shall we do with that one? I'm thinking either this one. It kind of works over here, but I'm wondering that if we're not leaving ourselves enough space for improving, maybe if we do, maybe what we could do is, but that's going to be a lot of traffic in here to this side though. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's trim that back a little and do a little something like this and see about popping in that new fancy building in here. Doesn't look too bad actually, but it is, well, as long as we just don't build anything behind it over there. There's plenty of room to actually increase sizing of some of those things. So let's do that. Ooh, that is not quite what I had in mind, but it's maybe not the end of the world, to be honest. We could make it, it could look nice maybe if we terraform this area a little bit more. So that's the university. That's going to be required to fill out this area as a nice big office environment. So immediately around the university I am going to do residential. So that is definitely what's going to happen. Then we are going to have some commercial. Alright, some commercial. And I'm probably going to do that, which is going to be a bit screwy. Let's actually do commercial all the way through there. So let's run that. There we go. So that's going to be our commercial area in there. I could also do this right there. I think that's going to work well too. And now the rest is going to be offices. There you go, nice big offices over there, and we'll do civics on the outside. So this is going to be our first kind of commercial business district area. We are going to need a little bit of other things in there as well, but let's get that started. Let's get the money rolling in for that. I think electricity we'll need, but water, let's run the water. I think I'm going to run the water like that. So that's the start of our water system through there. If I do that and that and there, we should have pretty much everything zoned for water. Now our biggest concern from the next point of view is actually power. So let's see how that kind of starts to fill in. So we'll give them the power where they need it. So immediately the officers are out, are rushing out. So the first thing that we're going to have to do is, we might tie in some power over here. Let's do that. There we go. Power up. Nice, we're filling in. So our new commercial district is starting to see some action. Obviously these guys are starting to get a little bit busy, especially this one. This is quite a busy little road, but I am liking it. Okay, our demand for, say, healthcare, how's that? Not too bad actually. Fire is probably our biggest point of concern, so I am thinking I should probably add some fire over here. Let's do that, see if we can pick up the areas a little bit better. How's this going? Ooh, our processing ability is a little bit low. Okay, so let's add another to the mix over there before that becomes a big problem. Nice. Okay, so we spent a bit of time planning out that area, but I think it's going to be well worth it, and it's going to definitely give us a little bit of action over here. How many students do we have? 500 out of 4,000 already in the university. And now I think our little town of almost 5,000 people, well, still a little bit under, is starting to get into an area where we can start looking at public transport systems. But I am very conscious that we're not making a ton of money, so I'll need to adhere to our demands a little bit more, our various land use demands first before we can do that. And yes, so we are seeing a little bit of congestion building up over here. Yeah, it's definitely getting a little bit busy. That area is becoming a very nice arterial. That actually feeds into this as a bit of an arterial. So I already see natural places for the roads to upgrade a little bit. But definitely our area is looking very nice. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm thinking maybe a nice big park over here on this side is maybe exactly what we need. A small playground, a park with trees, nice and large park with trees. Right, something like that. How would that work? I think that'll work nicely. Fill that in there. A nice big park with trees. We can extend that. That's going to look quite nice to us. On the other hand of the spectrum, we can also see about extending our area here a bit with some more nice residential buildings here. Yeah, so what I can do is I can actually fill in a bit of trees over here to make that a nice big park environment. Yeah, it's going to look good. It's going to look really good. This side, we can do some civics over on this side, but we can also extend some of this also. So we do need some more office space, I'm thinking. Yeah, we do need a bit of that. So we can have a look. Definitely have a look at some of that. If this gets too busy, we can do a bit of a one-way setup. But I'm liking the kind of clusters idea with a bit of parks around it and the nice arterials around it, giving you access to the area. A lot of room for people to like walk and stuff like that. We could even do this, right? We could even connect that one through there and connect that one to this one. Yeah, we could do that, so we don't have the dead ends. I might do that. Okay, let's extend this a little. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to pop these two out, and I'm going to zone us some more of this. So go through there, zone it. Okay, like that. That should do the trick. So if you can fill that out pretty quickly, we should. What's going on? There we go. Fill it out. Fill it out. Move in. Move in. Even more. Move in some more, guys. There you go. That's nice. Okay, now and on the outside, I'm thinking I'm going to do some commercial. But again, I'm not going to zone onto the big road. It's only going to be onto the small one. So let me do a bit of a commercial strip there and a commercial strip over there. And I think that's going to look nice. Then we can do the outside with a bit of a park arrangement. We can actually do a bit of a walkway that goes all the way around, feeds into stuff. Yeah, that's going to look good. You can actually connect these onto some crossings. The speed of this roundabout is a little bit freaky, to be honest. I should probably slow that down a tad using the traffic precedent mod. But yeah, that's growing into a nice bit of space over there. I still want some more offices. So shall I do another bit of section like there? Yeah, add a little bit more in there. Good stuff. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, actually, let's have a quick look at the policies. I'm going to pause. I'm going to grab the policies, and on taxation, I'm going to just have a look. Tax relief for offices. You have that. Tax raise for offices. Shall we do that? Shall we raise the taxes for offices or not? Not too sure, but let's start by making this a district. I'll actually run, that is horrid. I'll run that through there. Okay, I like snapping it. It really works well. There we go. Now we're gonna fill it in, color it in. I know I can use the bigger one, but this is so therapeutic, like I'm an artist. Okay, there we go, filled in. It is Sterling Square. I'm okay with that as a name. So Sterling Square. Now let's see, shall we do some policies for Sterling Square? I'm definitely thinking power usage and water usage. We'll recycle plastic, which, what does this do? Recycling centers work with plus 20% efficiency. What cost? 100 per recycling center per week in the area, I'm guessing. Okay, that's fine. So that's okay. I'm not going to do the rest of that just yet. Taxation. Now, I'm interested in giving a tax raise for offices since we've got so many. So let's raise our taxes for offices a bit in here, because the demand is quite high. We should be able to sort that out a little bit. So let's start off with that, see if we can make that happen. Is there some educational policies that we should actually implement over here? Go back to policy, city planning, some educational policies. Shall we encourage biking? Let's do that. Let's also, everyone living in the policy area must switch to an electric car if they own any cars. Cost 2 per vehicle. Yes, let's do that. What is this one? Only electric cars are allowed in the affected area except for residents, businesses and city service vehicles. Okay, citizens with combustion engine vehicles will avoid the policy area, but if they have destination within, they'll go. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about that. Old Town Industrial Space Planning. What does this do? Allow industry to work even more effectively by overlooking a few safety standards. Big business benefactor. Perks for large businesses. High density commercial buildings double their sales. Upkeep. Yeah, okay. We can high-tech housing. No. What else can we do? Services. Taxation and city planning. So for city planning, it's just this electric cars, high-rise ban, heavy traffic ban. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's okay. I think that's about it. Now rebuilding. Interesting. What is the heavy traffic ban? No heavy transport vehicles allowed. Does not affect highways. Okay. No problem. I think that's about it for us for policies for this area. I like what we've got going on over here. We're growing quite heavily now. We've got a fairly decent income. I think most of our services are running quite well. We probably don't have enough death care. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to squeeze a bit of death care in there. I think that's probably a good move for us. We're going to see a bit of upgrades happening too because of it. Wow, the guys like their death care. What's this guy saying? It's not making enough money, not enough customers. You've got a nice high density residential area right here. Excellent. We've got a fire which has already been set out or put out. Excellent. That's done. This is looking very good. I think this is going to be a nice piece of area for the rail actually. So the rail, we can run the rail in a few spots potentially. So that's okay. How's our water doing? Are we covering our water? Everything's still doing well. Absolutely. Sewage and water treatment is good. Electricity. We're probably getting to that place where it might become a bit of a problem going forward. Hospitals. I think we're fine. Probably not giving everybody what they need everywhere. Oh, what I was thinking, maybe a sports hall and gymnasium. So what does this do? It costs a hell of a lot of money. I can hardly afford it, so I'm definitely not going to build it now. Offer citizens more exercise opportunities, giving small health benefit to the neighborhood. And the visitor capacity is tiny. I'm definitely not building that. Definitely not building it. Doesn't seem worth the while to me. How's our traffic? Our traffic is actually not too bad, and we don't even have any public transport yet. Yes, what I'm going to quickly do before I end this episode. What is going on? Thank you. What I'm going to do is no, stop giving me these messages. Speed limits. Thank you. Speed limits. So at the moment we're running this at 100. I'm going to pop that down to 60, please. This is a little bit crazy to have this working at 100. So I'll pop that down to 60 around there, and what I'll do is I will drop these to 80 just before the roundabout, so these guys will actually slow down as they go in here. There we go. Slow down. Actually this needs to slow down even more. Go down to 50, guys. It probably needs to be even slower over here, and this is going to be 100. This one is a smaller roundabout. This one is going to go down to 40, please. Nice, that's working. That is working. Good. Oops, my bad. I keep doing that when I've got the traffic president working. There we go. Good stuff. I might increase the size of this road at some point as it leads in here. And then, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we've got our commercial district in there. Oh, we're still calling this town San Rico, which I don't have too big a problem with at the moment, but I might call it something like By the Bay or something like that, since this is a bit of a bay. I am also thinking that I'm going to keep this area clear for maybe some rail, right? Maybe what we do is over here we do a bit of a one of these bad boys, a cargo harbor or something. How far away is that from the... Ooh. Cannot connect to route? You bastards. Okay, so that is actually not going to be the case. We're going to connect this over here somewhere. Yeah, actually this area might be quite good. Then we can run some rail on this side. We'll see. We'll get to that. It is all about city planning, right? It's all that it's about. Okay, guys, I'm ExactChaos, and this has been Cities Skylines Green Cities DLC. If you've liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you've got some comments and suggestions, please leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye bye.